Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. In today's video, I want to talk about this camera right here, the Instax Mini Evo. I've already made an initial review that you can check out in the link below, but in today's video, I'm going to talk about a couple things I do not like about this camera, so stay tuned. Before we start talking about this camera, please do me a favor guys, like and subscribe to the video. It really helps me out. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers and your support would be much appreciated. Much appreciated? That's proper, right? I appreciate it. So the first thing that I really don't like about this camera, and I was disappointed whenever I got the shipment and opened up the box, was the camera does not have a lens cap. And this is a problem for really any camera or any lens for that matter. If your lens is fixed, I think there should be a lens cap, and I would love it if they would have just made an extra attachment right there to put a lens cap on there, because I get really nervous about this getting scratched. Now I did find a solution for this, and if you stick around to the end of the video, I will show you that. It's really cheap and really effective. The second thing that I just really don't like about this camera is there's no Eyepiece Viewfinder on the camera where you can actually look into, a little blacked out housing and see something, whether it's just an optical viewfinder or an electronic viewfinder. The only thing you have to reference your image, your framing, and your composition is this LCD screen here, which is okay, especially in shaded and dark areas, but once you get really bright sunlight, it's basically unusable, other than using it for general composition and to see if your little green focus box is working. Other than that, you cannot see any details or any of your film effects you might be using. So I really wish this camera had some sort of physical viewfinder. The third thing that bugs me a little bit, it's not a huge deal breaker or anything, but it is the actual print time. Whenever you do find a photo that you like on this camera and then you go to print it by pulling this lever, the print time, it's kind of cool that they show the image going up this screen and then it shows the actual film coming out. The problem for me is it's so slow. I'm so used to my Mini 40 or any other instant camera where when you hit the shutter, it prints fairly quickly, I think within like 4 to 5 seconds. And that makes it, I think, a lot better because you're just able to take a shot and it just prints it instantly. It would be nice if this could be just a pure instant camera instead of having to print later, because if or you're good at using it and you're just trying to get a quick shot to give somebody the photo or something like that, you could do that. But unfortunately with this camera, you have to pick what you want to print, and then the print takes a pretty good while, like probably 20-25 seconds. Next up on the list of things that I'm just not a fan of with this camera are going to be the lens effects and the film effects. One, the lens effects controlled by this dial on the front, and then the film effects controlled by this dial. It allows you to essentially add things like different color profiles and also overlays like light leaks and different random stuff like that. I didn't really find a use for any of it except for, I think, color 3, which is kind of an orange and teal. And when I was at the beach, I found that I really liked the way that the environment looked. It wasn't natural, but it looked cool. It had that orange and teal look, obviously. That was the only thing I really found that I liked. And honestly, when I'm outside, I'm usually just using that. And then when I'm inside, I use no filter. The lens effects are not terribly impressive, and to me they look like something that was overlaid rather than something that's natural. So although it was a really cool idea, and I do think it should be in there for young kids who have the camera that just want to have some fun, I would love to see a version one day that's fully metal, first of all, and doesn't really have all those bells and whistles, and is more of just like a prosumer, if you will, instant camera. The fifth thing that I think is a problem, but I'm not really sure about a solution, so if you have an idea about this, maybe drop it in the comments, and if Fuji happens to see it, they might can address it in the future. Because Instax film is at a portrait style, like up and down, this camera, when you turn it, it depends on how you like to orient your camera, but it's not intuitive on which way is up and down, because I could shoot like this, but I could be somebody who kind of like curls my wrist and shoot like that, which I do both. It would be nice if there was some kind of image here or some kind of indicator knowing that that's the top and that's the bottom, which that's the case. Okay, If you put these buttons on the bottom, you're shooting in the right orientation. Now you can flip your image later, but if you just want to get it right in camera, it's like this. Make sure your buttons are at the bottom when you're shooting. But anyways, it's just something that, you know, kind of hard to foresee unless you use the camera a lot. And if you're a switch shooter like me, it popped up that in my head that, wow, some people might only shoot like this, but if they do a bunch of their photos like this, they're going to have to flip them. It's going to be kind of a pain. So that's it. And other than that, guys, this camera has been awesome. If you watch my initial review, I basically had only good things to say about it in that video, which is why I wanted to bring you this video today. So as I promised, guys, I'm going to show you the solution that I found that's working for me at the moment. It's not a perfect solution for no lens cap on this camera, but this is what I found has been working for me, and it will probably work for you if you're into this kind of thing. But I found this little pouch in the kids section of Walmart, actually. So maybe you can get on Walmart's website and find it, or go to Walmart. But it's just a little bag, and it's really padded. It looks like almost like a little backpack. And as you can see on the inside, you have just some space in there, a little spot for maybe like the strap, and then I keep like a cleaning cloth. But that being said, it is literally the perfect size for this. So I can just slip it right there into the top and zip it up, and then it's a strap that goes on my chest. It's like a man purse or something. That's what it feels like. But that being said, I think you can find these pretty easily, even if it's not like the one I found at Walmart for $8. And it has a lot of padding in the front, so it will protect your lens. I know it's not a lens cap, but it has been my solution to making sure my lens does not get scratched. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it helps you out, and if you want to go watch my initial review of this camera, just go down in the description. Please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.